Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. This is episode 11 of the Sell More Printing webinar. This webinar is aimed at helping you grow your print business using today's best marketing tactics. I'm Rachel Neese. I'm the marketing director here at Marketing Ideas for Printers. And today we're going to look at how to market a new product or service. So here's what you're in for. This past quarter, the marketing department here at Marketing Ideas for Printers has been working on creating kind of a promotional kit for our printers to use to market a website add-on that we offer called Design Edit. So Design Edit is an online design tool to allow your print buyers to create their own designs right on your website. They can hit the print button and then that order goes straight on through to your order form on your website. It's super slick and it just keeps you right on trend with giants like Canva and those other online editor programs. But the point of this webinar is not to sell you Design Edit or really to sell you anything for that matter. But as I was working and as we were working on creating that promo packet, I kept thinking, man, it would be a really good idea to pass along all of the components of a marketing campaign to our printers so they could apply those same ideas to whatever product or service that you're wanting to market in the future. So that's kind of what I'm going to walk you through today. I'm just going to walk you through how to build a campaign using this promo packet kind of as an example as the pieces. Of course, if this webinar does spark some curiosity for Design Edit or for the corresponding promo kit that's going to come with it, feel free to reach out and let us know. But for now, let's just talk through the components of a well-rounded marketing kit. So when you're marketing a product or service, every campaign that you put out really needs to have three things. One is offline components like your direct mail, your print pieces, those kind of things. Then you need your online components like email, social media marketing, digital ads, those kind of components. And then you need to connect both your print and your digital advertising together into an all-around well-rounded campaign. So first what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the offline components included in that promo kit I mentioned so you can see some examples as I go and how that all kind of ties together. So first, your campaign is going to need some sort of educational aspect. What are you offering? How does it benefit your customers and your prospects? This could be your brochure, it could be a booklet, it could be a postcard. The goal of this piece is simply to educate, is to highlight the benefits, to highlight the why of using, your product or service that you're marketing. So for Design Edit, we used a brochure. So this is what, if you were to purchase this marketing kit for Design Edit, this is what you would get as the educational component. Regardless of what educational component piece you use, like whether it's a brochure or a postcard, the educational piece here should be, aesthetically pleasing. It shouldn't just look good, but just to show that you're professional, that you're credible, and to give your audience confidence that, you know what you're doing as a print and design company. And secondly, it should just explain how your product or service works. This is the outside of the brochure. Here's the inside of the brochure. So this kind of walks you through and tells you a little bit about the product or service and how Design Edit works for the print buyer. So it uses compelling images, and lastly, it just highlights some of the benefits. In this case, the brochure highlights, the templates that to help them design, that it's quick and easy to understand and create their designs, and it saves them time and money, easy as 1, 2, 3. You get the idea, but you're just kind of putting that all together into an educational piece for your print buyer. Then every campaign also needs to offer an incentive, like a discount or a coupon or a promotion. Incentives are powerful. This is why, your kid can drag their feet when you tell them to clean their room, but the minute you say, if you clean your room, we can go out for ice cream, well, then they hop to it because we're naturally wired to act on rewards and incentives. They help create that urgency that we can't, just help, want to clean our rooms so we can go out for ice cream, that kind of thing. But the same thing applies here in your marketing efforts. And so we want to offer an incentive like a discount, a coupon, doing like a buy one, get one, that kind of a thing. So here's how we took that example into this design edit campaign. In this case, we used a coupon insert that fits right inside the brochure and features an incentive of saving 15% on the first order that they create using design edit on the printer's website. So a couple of tips with your incentive piece. Again, it doesn't have to be a coupon insert or anything like that. This is just what we used in this case. But for your incentive piece, make sure that it coordinates with the rest of your campaign. Make it easy to track, like the coupon code. In this example, we use that coupon code design15. That will make it easy on any orders placed through this printer's website that anybody who ordered with design15 came through this design edit promotion. And if you use a website for marketing ideas for printers, you can apply those promo codes if you have the e-commerce suite, and the whole thing kind of works together. It's really pretty slick. But the main idea here is put an easy way to track it. If you want to add, or if you want to up the urgency of your campaign, you could also add an expiration date or feature wording in there, like for limited time or act now or something similar that creates that sense of, I better hurry up and take advantage of this so I don't lose this really good deal. That's what we're looking here. Next, you need the right message for the right audience. So if I want to market design edit as a business to consumer, sending a brochure and a coupon insert as a tabbed self-mailer, might be a good way to go. I could just send it that way. Or, maybe I could rework or make my educational piece more of a postcard because I want to send it through, every door direct mail, and I want to hit a wide variety of people. But what if you want to focus on business to business or B2B? So if I'm trying to get into the hands of corporations or business decision makers, my approach would probably be a little bit different than just a tabbed, brochure. And here's what I meant here. Here's what I'll show you what we did with the business to business components in this promo packet. But in targeting B2B, include a sales letter when you mail the educational piece, like the brochure and the incentive. So I would put them, I'd put everything together. I'd put the sales letter, the brochure, and the insert, or in other words, the educational piece, the incentive piece, and the sales letter all together, whatever those are, into a packet and send everything together. And then what I would do is I would design an envelope. I'd put all of those pieces together in an eye-catching envelope with some sort of call to action text to inspire those decision makers to open it up. Okay, this is just the example in this design edit kit. All of these pieces, if I'm targeting business to business, would come together to be in a really nice campaign that would be mailed straight on to the decision maker. Next, here are some other offline components to consider when you're creating your campaign. So let's take this campaign, for example, with the design edit stuff. I would not just mail out those brochures. I'd also print extras of the educational and the incentive pieces, like the brochure and the coupon insert, and I'd keep them at the front counter to hand out to my customers as they come in. Or I might add those same pieces to like my monthly statements or invoices, or tape them. When I worked at Express Press, a print shop years ago, we would tape these types of things to every order box that went out, and put it on there. And then lastly, add the component to your existing direct mail content. You could do this as an insert, adding it right into your newsletter, or you could actually create an insert and add into your direct mail newsletter. So for example, let's say that you subscribe to Printers Press or Business Forum here at Marketing Ideas for Printers, and you get the InDesign files. Well, maybe swap out that front ad on design or on Printers Press or at the bottom of Business Forum, and instead put in your current marketing campaign. Put in this, if you're doing design edit, put in this ad for design edit that's has that incentive offer of saving 15%. Those are some other ways that you could kind of just add those offline components to your campaign. Okay, So now we're going to move over to the online components or the digital components of a campaign. So first, there's email, of course. And so when you're doing an overall campaign, you're going to want to add a couple of email blasts into your campaign. That would be ideal. So your first email can introduce them to the idea, while the second email kind of adds the incentive, and just pokes a little urgency into things. So in this marketing campaign we did for Design Edit subscribers, we did 2 emails. The one on the left there is kind of like the first email that would go out. That one is just inviting them, you're introducing them to the idea, just kind of making it easy, kind of that, soft introduction. The second one you could send out later. That adds a little bit more incentive. It's got the save 15% at the bottom. Here, since you've warmed them up through the first email already and probably your offline components and how you're sending it in your total campaign, that second email can, dig a little deeper and then push a little harder. Again, if you wanted to beef it up even more, that's where you would add your, act now, last chance to save, those types of things that you could add in there to even make that call to action a little bit stronger. So I would include at least a couple of emails in your campaign and do the blast. Next, of course, when we say online, there's got to be some social media aspects to your marketing campaign, right? So the thing I really want to make you aware of in this case is social media marketing isn't a one and done deal. So many printers will say, yeah, I put it on social media, but what they did is they created one post and they posted it on one day, and they thought, well, everybody knows about it because I put it on social media. But when you're doing a campaign or launching a campaign, plan to do, multiple sets of posting that are similar yet different. So with the Design Edit promo packet, we included 3 sets of social media images for you and posts so that you can spread it out over a few weeks. So here's what that looks like. So here's the examples of Twitter. So they all have a similar feel with the photos, but each one has different text and it focuses on a little bit different benefit of the Design Edit software for printers. The last one there, over there on the right, just adds a little bit of urgency there with that circle, that orange circle there, with your last chance to save. Here are the ones for Facebook, real similar. Should you use different images from channel to channel? Well, that's up to you. The key thing to remember here is that by looking at all of these images across all of the channels, you can tell that they all belong together and represent the same brand. That's what you should be focused on. It doesn't really matter if you're using the same image on Twitter and Facebook, just that they all look like they came from your print company. That's what you're going for. Lastly, we did Twitter, Facebook, and then we did LinkedIn as well. So remember, it's okay and encouraged to post multiple times. Post the same thing in the morning and then at night, or during your high traffic times that you're posting that. One more tip when it comes to the social media components: have your employees, your family, your friends like, comment, or share on these posts to boost that engagement and increase, the post's overall visibility. It doesn't matter who likes them or comments on them, just that someone is providing that engagement for you. Here's another thing, just a side note. If I follow your social media page on Facebook, I'm gonna like it every time I see it, because I know that the more I like our printers' posts, the more engagement they'll get, and then it'll help get it in front of the eyes of your print buyers. Here are some other online components to consider when doing a marketing campaign. If you want to boost your online efforts even further, look into adding some digital ads through Google AdWords or similar. And then don't forget about doing a press release. A press release is going to add some good SEO for you and some online PR for you that you can also promote via social media. So whenever you add a product or service to your lineup, if you call us up and say, I want to add reorder forms library to my lineup here at Marketing Ideas for Printers, send out a press release, let everybody know. You can use that extra PR and that extra SEO value on your website there. And then if applicable, see if you can add a blog piece that features how the product or service will benefit the consumer. You can then promote the blog, via your social media channels, or even use it as, an email blast that just links them to your blog to read more about it. Okay, then we're going to work on putting it all together. So up until this point, we talked about all of the pieces individually, but you may be wondering how everything comes together. How does it flow? Well, each company is going to have different factors, that will contribute to the layout or the workflows of your marketing campaign, but creating a workflow is really where to start. So in this design edit promo kit I've been using as an example, we included a sample workflow that looks something like this. So again, this is just a template. So it just lays out that this campaign is going to run roughly 3 weeks. So it starts on day 1, and then you see at the bottom, day 21 is the campaign end date. So the first thing in this campaign, we're going to put the date on it. We're going to send promotional email number 1 on the first day. Then day 2, after that email goes out, we're going to post it on social media. Again, I might post that twice that day, once in the morning, once in the evening, so that it just gets out there and it's in front of people's eyes. So days 3 and 4, I'm going to prepare my brochure, my insert, my sales letter, and the envelope for mailing, and I'm going to get that mailed out. Now, I would probably print all of that stuff, before day 1 of the campaign, but just so it's ready. And then day 3 and 4, use that to get it all together and get that out. Day 5, I'm going to mail my brochures. Day 7 and 8, those brochures are going to land in the mailbox. Then day 9, I'm going to send out promotional email number 2. That's the one that's going to add that little more urgency, let them know about the discount. Day 10, then I'll do my second set of social media images. Again, this is just a guideline. If you want to post your social media images every other day for the duration of the campaign, go for it. This is just a guideline. Days 11 through 18, then I'm going to start following up with the prospects that I mailed brochures. I'm going to call them. I'm going to see if I can schedule a demo and say, hey, you've been introduced to this design edit now. Can I walk you through a demo? Can I set you up with a demo? Those types of things. I think this would be really great for your company when you're doing, XYZ, postcards, whatever. And that could even open the door for, doing a private label website demo, or, the reorder forms library demo. All of those things you can kind of work together to follow up when you're doing that. And then on day 19, I'm going to do my last set of social media images. Those are my last chance to save, kind of just the campaign is coming to a close, but I really want to push the urgency, make people aware of it, let them know so that they can jump on board and take part in that. That's just kind of a sample idea. When you're doing your marketing campaign, even just printing out a blank calendar and letting everybody on your team know this is the dates we're shooting for, or use a scheduling program, that kind of thing. As we're coming to a close here, some final tips when you're launching a campaign for a product or service. Create a master sheet for your team. So it's important that everyone on your team is on the same page. So create a sheet that includes things like what is this promotion focused on? And then who is the target? Who are you aiming this promotion towards? When? What are the dates this promotion runs? So when your salesperson, is on the phone and they have an interested buyer, but it actually ended the day before, but your sales team needs to know that the campaign ended on such and such a date. So make sure you have that outlined on your sheet. Then how? Let the whole team know how this new product or service is being marketed. I'm a detail person. I like details. So I would put on there, they're getting an email on this date, then they're getting a direct mail piece on this date. And so everybody knows what's expected and how the process of that campaign is going. And then next, the process. What is the process of the campaign? How does the prospect move from the initial contact to the sales follow-up? Again, they're going to see that as part of the how. So first they got introduced to the idea by the email, then they saw it online, then they got the direct mail piece, then they saw it on social media again, then they got a call from the salesperson, then they set up a demo, then they did a quote. You know, you kind of can just lay out the process. This is what it takes from that initial contact to the sales follow-up part. And then the campaign content. One thing I like to do for the sales team here at Marketing Ideas for Printers is when I create this big promotion sheet of what's included in the campaign, I'll put links to the emails I sent, and I will put the PDFs of the direct mail piece I sent, so that if the sales team is ever on a phone call and a printer is asking about, you know, this piece, then they have that material right in front of you, or right in front of them. So same thing, you know, have your project managers or your customer care people, however, whatever they're titled at your print shop, have those pieces, you know, accessible to them so that they know, oh, this is the email they got, and this is what the direct mail postcard looked like. And they have all those pieces together. So lastly, make sure all of the dots are connected. Make sure, you know, that the links work in your emails, that everybody is trained, that the team is trained, that they know the coupon codes, all of those things that come together to make that. So if you put all of those pieces together that we talked about, you're going to have a pretty well-rounded campaign to market whatever product or service that you're looking to do that with. Again, if Design Edit is something that you're interested in, or that promo packet, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to walk you through that. So thanks for joining us on tips to help you sell more printing. Our next webinar will be Wednesday, June 12th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you have questions or comments, or if you have future topic requests, feel free to reach out to me. You can give us a call at 701-241-9204, or you can email me directly at rachel.neese@mi4p.com. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you back here real soon.